Alright, so this is the tank one for the tier list. For coming at first place, though the image shows her is Jarvan. Why? He's got incredible amounts of CC, initiation, damage, survivability, and just pretty much versatility. The guy has tons of team utility. Again, like I said, crowd control, initiation, damage, auras, all that good stuff. And he doesn't really require too much of a deviation from builds. But if he's doing very well, he can build something else too. So if he gets fed, he might have been wanting to go tank. He built a black cleaver and now starts shredding the crap out of people. And his initiation is still unique. I mean, he can initiate just with his ultimate and then follow with EQ when they try to flash, just EQ through the team, grab the carry, whatever. He's got a lot of that versatility, a lot of strength and power. I mean, ganking, clearing, just he gets blink tanks, all that good stuff. Pretty much, he is the epitome of versatility in a jungler currently as a bruiser and as a tank. I mean, he fulfills both roles amazingly well. And a tank, no one's got matches him up. The one that comes closest is actually Nautilus. I mean, his latest buff actually was pretty significant, and I've seen more people use him as of late. Though, of course, he still doesn't have carry potential because he's just pretty much a tank. He's got the most CC in the game. He's got a lot of protection for his teammates. He's got a lot of initiation, multiple ways of it, and it's just like a goddamn living wall. I mean, he does his murdering power is nothing compared to a lot of other characters, but he could sit there, CC everybody, enable the murdering power of everybody, and so and that's kind of what a tank is supposed to do. He can protect his carries really easily. He can get at enemy carries very easily, and his damage will eventually actually ramp up in a fight. And plus, he's actually a fast jungler, at least as long as his shield isn't improperly used, and he ganks like a motherfucking god, especially when he gets his ultimate. He's still Nautilus. People just kind of forget he existed, but now his little buff is bringing him back, and some people may see him again. Of course, he still has a whole invasion weakness, but as a tank jungler, he fits the description 100% well. All right, and the next one is Zach again. Reason why he's not tier 1, but he's very high up, is like he's still got it, like I already explained before, he's already got his amazing stats. Godlike speed, godlike sustain, incredible ganking potential, and all this other stuff. However, building him as a tank kind of feels like you're not taking advantage of his full potential. It's like, sure, AP tank kind of thing works, but, it's like, it's not, but with the most cookie cutter, inexpensive tank build, the auras and like Warmogs, not Warmog, Spirit Visage on this guy, I'm like, it's great, it's good, he's got all his peeling and everything, but he feels like a weaker Nautilus when he does that. And his chasing is definitely better than Nautilus, but he feels like a weaker Nautilus in that. Instead, his AP structure is better. It's because it deals a lot of damage, and he's got a lot, and he still keeps his initiation ganking. However, it's not to say his tank mode is bad. It's incredibly better than almost everybody else's, except those two above, in my opinion at least. But still, AP, I feel better. Next is Malachi. Similar reasons I've already stated before. He's kind of the epitome of jungle tanks. He leans more to the support side, but he's got a lot of utility. He's got a lot of utility with his ultimate, a lot of protection for his teammates. He's got fucking low ass cooldowns on both his Q and his W isn't really that low of a cooldown. His ganking is still probably one of the best in the game. Pretty much point and click, someone dies, and so he's very good in certain team comps. He fell out of favor because they're more lean right now towards physical murder bruisers, guys that deal a lot of damage and sort of work as pseudo tanks. Bruisers are more attractive than pure tanks, but Malachi still works, especially versus AoE teams or magic heavy teams. So he's still very strong as a tank jungler. He's godlike. He fits the whole description. He protects his carries very well. This isn't a list about the best picks or anything. This is the characters to fill the category the best. And Malachi is still one of the more glorious jungle tanks out there. Next one up into bat is Chogath, because come on, it's Chogath. Fast jungler, super sustained, multiple builds, and so many weird ass things. He can use almost any item. His ganking is actually good. Some people still think it's bad. He's got a lot of CC, spammable CC at come late game. He's got a huge ass health steroid. It's like, and like there's the only thing he really sucks at is his initiation. I mean, you can get a lucky initiation and hit somebody that that doesn't pay attention or whatever. But the most, he has no real initiation. He's a great ass, fat ass tank that will peel and defend his teammates to some extent and kind of just be disruptive and annoying. But he isn't necessarily an initiator, fight starter, or playmaker. He's kind of there to just kind of make a mess of a team fight on the opponent's side at least. So you need somebody else to cover the initiation, but everything else is perfect, his stats and all that other stuff. So, but as a jungle tank, he kind of wanes in the whole initiation era. Next one will surprise you, Leona. Like, she wasn't put into the support one. She wasn't put in the support because, like I already explained, if you saw the main tier listing, she doesn't fit what a support actually is. She's just kind of a tank that often is played in the support lane. From the jungle, I mean, she still sucks in clearing and, sustaining and all those other issues. But her CC, and it's just ridiculous. And if you bring her from the jungle into actual team fighting and you didn't get completely crippled, kind of like Nautilus, she's enormously, benefit. She's just really fucking powerful. She's got too much CC. She's got initiate in multiple ways. She can peel for her teammates, and she's really tanky. Pretty much buying any item, mostly cooldown reduction items, and some health will make her a goddamn beast. So as a jungle tank, she's actually she's really, really strong. My opinion, she is a weaker Nautilus, but that's not, saying that she sucks. That's just kind of, complimenting her, because Nautilus is badass. So you can actually use her and function in certain team comps at least. Next one is the also glorious Shen. We all know Shen. He's always going to be brought up because he's kind of one of the most broken champions in the game. He's always, ever since that remake a long time ago, or like his tune-up, he's been always either banned or sought out after or whatever. He's not always banned at this point, but he's kind of always picked. He's very, very contested. And in the jungle, he's still, as a jungle tank, he's still ridiculously strong. He requires very little farm, to actually do things. And thus, as a tank, he can just go auras. He's got really great sustain despite the fact that he's fucking slow. And his ultimate pretty much allows him to do that whole infinite sustain thing. Infinite jungle thing where he farms whenever for the entire game and comes in when he's needed. His ganks are actually strong. That guy's just so damn, reliable. And even if you get screwed in the jungle, eventually you can split push and, catch up to your teammates. So he can subdue his crappy farming or whatever. Anyways, Malphite is the next one. Everybody loves Malphite. He's rock solid. So Malphite, what's more to say about him? He's kind of like the most average tank out there when it comes to the jungle. He's got great initiation. He's got minor CC, and his E is a great badass utility thing. It debuffs the enemy carry, and in some cases completely crushes them if they have no way to, to do shit without their attack speed. So he's still great. Initiate, he fits tons of team comps, though he doesn't do well against teams heavy on magic in some cases. It's just all around good. It's like if there was, above average Joe, he would fit that. He is the B+ student. He is as a tank jungler, he is Norman. That's kind of a sub-basic name. Norman, Malphite, whatever. So yeah, because he's not banned in lower elos, you could probably just pick him and win. He's great. Does damage. Utility everywhere. Hecarim. Hecarim, I always consider him the weaker Malphite when it comes to being a tank. Look at the bruiser one if you want to look at a more favorable thing for him. Anyways, as a tank, Hecarim is weird. He's got really great initiation, just like Malphite. And he's got good ass fucking damage, compared to any other tank. His damage is great. However, he's a pretty fucking selfish champion. He has very little real utility outside of his initiation. He can't peel for shit. His tankiness is totally dependent on how well your team is responding to your whole, to the fight with your W. And, he's very goal dependent. So it's he's kind of the opposite of what you'd want in a tank. but his initiation is strong enough to consider him one. Like, you could build him as pure tank, R items or nothing but defense, and he'll function very well. He'll still have great damage, and he'll still have that amazing initiation. But he's not doesn't fit your traditional tank role very easily. I mean, like, yeah. Next one is Alistair. Of course, Alistair is low because the guy just has been gutted to hell since the start of Season 3. But he's worth mentioning because, like, as a tank jungler, he still kind of embodies the whole thing, He's got an immense steroid from his ultimate, just damage mitigation up the ass. So he can tower dive, tank things, whatever. He doesn't need a lot of items to be a badass. His CC is great. His initiation sucks because it requires flash, but his, headbutt pulverize still can work to an extent. He definitely is a good protector. All you could do is just build cooldown reduction, rely on your ultimate for mitigation, and just spam your CCs, protect your carries. His heal is somewhat useful. I mean, yeah, he's been nerfed, he's been gutted and everything, but he's, like I said, honorable mention. He's the C student. He's a C student tank jungler who often fails math, though, because fuck math. He doesn't do good with numbers anymore. And the next one is good old Rammus. Now, this is the one that always gets me hate because, oh my god, Rammus fanboys. But, Rammus isn't as good as he used to be. Like, in certain situations, he's amazing. Like, I hate when I'm fighting when my team picks all AD comps and some of them rely on auto attacks and then just Rammus is destroys my team, or an ARAM, but that doesn't matter. Rammus, as a tank jungler, has garbage initiation, and his peeling is weird. I'm like, he really doesn't have peel. I mean, he could taunt someone away, but, like, then that means he's got no fucking initiation at all. It's like his initiation also requires flash to be good. I mean, he could roll into somebody, but they'll just CC him or ignore him or, like, whatever. Like, just throw a fat guy in front of him. His stats are not that great. I mean, he's kind of an expensive jungler when it comes to itemizing him properly. I mean, him with the same items compared to another one of the tank junglers with the same items, he'll be outclassed. He's just not good anymore, or as good as before. Anyways, Volibear. Now, here's one that will piss off people for sure. I think he's a terrible tank. I mean, he's a tanky character, but that doesn't make him a tank. I mean, his initiation is crap. I mean, raw, jump into somebody, but before you get all pissed, just scroll down and go to the bruiser one and be, the bruiser one looks at him more favorably because that's what he is. He's more of a bruiser than a tank. I mean, he could work as a tank in some very strict situations, but at most case, you need somebody else to do the initiation for you or whatever. His peeling is alright. Like, he can just flip someone away and slow them and just be annoying and eat tanks. And his itemization is great because he doesn't need a lot in order to do crap. So he fits those aspects of a tank jungler very well. Cheap itemization, peeling. He's got really good damage. That's for sure. But again, he's much better as a bruiser than a tank. If you're gonna have him as a tank, hopefully you have like an Ashe or Rihanna to help you initiate things. Then the next one is wait up, good old Thrash. He's gonna receive a change on his E, which will make him a much better jungler. Actually, now he's kind of here just because I needed more filler, and I'm being honest here. But he kind of does work in this form. I'm like, yeah, you probably won't pick him as a jungler because he's really strong as a support. But he scored low in the itemization thing because while he's a support and can pretty much live off anything, he does get souls. In the jungle, you're guaranteed less souls, mostly because of the whole random thing. Sure, the big monsters give you a soul, but that's kind of not enough. And of course, since he doesn't gain any armor or any real stats, he's not going to get any tankier by himself, aside from the soul drains or by buying items. His initiation is alright with his Q and then his ultimate, and then they'll rely on flash for these scores. And he's kind of all around good. I mean, basic. He's a C student, kind of like the other guy. His lantern is great. He sets up situations and gives his team armor. But overall, he's kind of just average.